first time Chicago's been here since the 2023-24 season. They won both of the games between these two clubs here at the Icebox that time. The road team has won each of the last 4 games between these two clubs, funnily enough. Left side, Chicago with it in their own end. Pass too hot off the skates of Trevor Shorter. In behind the crease now. Carried up further. Brady Sloper trying to keep a puck in front of him as Millett was feeding him some mitts, if you will. Now Alex Pelletier at the red line, fires it in, and he will send it to KJ Sauer along the right side half wall. Puck comes free, a hit thrown there. Sauer coming away with it, backhand saucer feed, cross ice for Nick Young along the circles. The red line will just pitchfork it in. 14-10 to play here in the first period. In behind their own net, Chicago looking for the breakout. They were trying to find Joe Eriksson up ice. Nothing doing. KJ Sauer waits for the play to develop in onside. Takes the shot. Louis Vara makes the save. We have a whistle. Make sure they pronounce your name correctly. We don't want to deal with that. I want to make sure that parents are happy. Stars won the face-off. They'll send it low. Here's Sauer. As Marine now doing some work to the left side half wall. This is a big, beefy line out there for Lincoln. Shot from the point. Missed the net. In behind. Grabbed by Marine. He'll look to feed it to Nelson. Instead, he loses puck possession and it's sent back forward for Bumgarner. And he'll dump it in to the near side wall. Nelson looked like he was interfered with. There's no call. KJ Sauer for Nick Young in behind his own net. He'll go and find Brownhausen. Head up, plays it off the dasher, but it goes right to the stick of Bumgarner. Nelson has to settle it down. Look out, it's a break in front. Backhand shot. Big save made by Menard. Robbed Tolan, the former Fargo Force player, on the first shot on net of the game for Chicago. It was a breakaway. Minor Charles Menard sporting a new helmet tonight. Still just plain white though, but it is new. Chicago wins the face-off. Here's Wyatt Harris, left back. Now Harris taking a shot. Menard will gobble it up through a far side of the ice. Vandertop will grab it off the boards, gain the red line, dump it in. Shots on goal were 5-0 Lincoln after the first media timeout. They've kind of cooled off a little bit since then. We've grinded to a standstill in terms of pace of play recently. Here's Eichler off the dasher looking for Marine. Finds him and lifts it into neutral. Sinersha, far side wall to Harris. Now, Scantlebury, but Chicago offside with 10:48 to play. The teams from Iowa, they just irk you. Face-off won by Lincoln. Brownhausen will pitchfork it back up towards the point looking for Ibsen. He can't keep the zone. Or did he keep the zone? I guess they say he did. I didn't think he could from this angle, but then again, we're at this angle. Here's Brownhausen carrying, trying to center it for Marine. Will be grabbed by Waterloo and spun up quickly. Here comes Patrick Tolan. Tolan along the near side wing, trying to beat out his number taken Ibsen. He'll eat some forearms for it. Now Marine coughed it up to Eriksson. Eriksson in behind the net. Fought forward for a moment. Board battle ensues there. We can hear every inch of it down on our ice mic. Sticks whacking at it. Marine trying to loosen it. Eventually, Samuel Marine comes away with it. He's got a goal in his Stars career since beginning it with Tri-City. Fed to the far side wall. Here's Brownhausen. We know how much he can skate, but he coughed up the puck there. Look out, Lincoln caught in a change. Here's Tolan far side. Looking to get past Brown. Centered it in front. Eriksson got past one man. It was a kick save made by KJ Sauer. Wow. Now Samuel Marine by Scantlebury. He'll play it far side towards Merritt. Vandertop jumps up to intercept. His pass looking for Cunningham D-to-D is blocked. And now Eichler will have to trail back. His feet up towards Sauer. Now Brownhausen, but he overskated it. Lincoln going for changes. Vandertop off and Marine on. Lincoln been the more physical team thus far, but right now Chicago with the 1-0 advantage. Cunningham throws a hit into Merrick, who was looking to line him up for an open ice debacle. Nothing doing. Now Cunningham overskated the puck once more. Eichler there to take it back for the Stars. Here's Eichler. Backhand for Cunningham in his own end. 4:15 to play in the period. Brownhausen can't handle the feed, but here comes Marine in on net. Leaves it back for Brownhausen. Brownhausen shoots. He missed the net. Lincoln's had a couple of chances, but they just haven't been able to hit the twine. Now KJ Sauer, a blind backhand feed in behind, finds Marine. Marine to the point, Ibsen. Ibsen will cycle to Brown. Brown a shot. It's behind Louis Vara. Kick to the far side circle. Now Sauer looking for Marine once more. Lincoln trying to respond. They give up the first goal to Bumgarner. Now the Stars trying to go back quickly. Puck deflected wide on a shot by Brown from the left point. Now deflected into neutral. Griffin Brown to grab it for Lincoln. Hounded from behind by Milani. And Brown gave up possession for a moment, but Ibsen able to corral the loose puck. Feeds it for Marine. Bench. Bumgarner the goal for Chicago. 2.5 minutes later, it's Kohanski from Pelletier and Loomer at 17 minutes of the first. icing here on the Stars after. Draw to the right of Menard. Chicago comes away with the face-off win. They'll push it low. It was Kemps on the dump-in. Marine trying to shuffle it on further. Samuel Marine from Slovakia. KJ Sauer, his feet into the skates of Sloper. Sloper for Brownhausen. Brownhausen gets to use the skating wheels. Trying to dive and keep it and try to send it cross crease for Marine. Nearly had a chance. Now Sloper winds and fires. Louis Vara made the save. Marine rides his man into the wall. That was Grandy. Now Sauer, D to D, was looking for Brownhausen up ice. Nothing there. Grabbed by Kurtz. Kurtz in front, went for the dirty dangle and missed. Grandy had a chance. Now Kurtz at the point, taking the shot. Menard makes the save. Rebound is loose and covered and whistled. Time of goal, 6:15. Back up by Chicago, dumps it in. Going for the chase is Strome to the right side circles, pinned up by Griffin Brown. Sloper picks up an assist. He's got 3 points in his last 2 games. It's Vandertop and Sloper on the helpers. Now Sauer dumping a puck in off the half wall. Comes in towards Louis Vara. Spun back up towards the right side point. Kept in for the time being by the Stars. Now Azadorian pins it behind for Harris. Lincoln with the lead. Inertia. And behind his own crease is Marine tripped up by Louis Vara. Nothing called there. Nice move up ice by Grandy. Left side circle. In behind Menard. Tried to feed it. Takes a hip check by Sloper and goes down. Sloper now being held on to by Grandy. Now it's a board battle to the left of Menard along the half wall. 12:42 to play in the second. Lincoln leads 2-1. They're out shooting Chicago 25-7. 9-1 in this second period. Only a 1-goal lead though. Jackson Root on the tally. Beautiful feed by Vandertop in low. Behind the net. Just kind of blindly centered at it. And Root was right there for the tap-in. Lincoln trying to get it back out. Here comes Samuel Marine. And behind the play, we've got some fracases developing. Here's Brownhausen. Pelletier along the left wing. As those two just going at it behind the play. And we've got gloves being dropped. Sauer throwing it. Feeding in front. Brownhausen now in front. Fourier backhand. He scores! 3-1. That was fun. What a kill by Lincoln. Puck goes into the Stars bench out of the breakout. Horton and Sloper pick up assists on the goal. So Sloper's got a 2-point night. Face-off won by Lincoln, and behind the net, Louis Vara has it go under his stick. On the near side wall, big hit by Sauer. Marine having it in towards the slot. Harris coughed it up. Brownhausen, a shot whistled wide in towards Louis Vara. Now Marine hauled down, has a stick being held onto. You could have called 3 or 4 penalties right there in Chicago, but they weren't called. Now Harris, forward, good stick by Lincoln. Now Marine picking it up. There's a trip there wide in front of the referee as Sauer went down. Sent back up. Here's Azadorian. Drew the penalty on Brown earlier. To Millet, dumping it in. No icing. And Cunningham. The 5 for Lincoln. Face-off won by the Stars. Cunningham will pinch up along the left circle. Opt to go low for Brownhausen, who has a goal tonight. Now Sloper. Far side wall. Picked up now for Chicago up north. Here's Gockler. Coughed it up. Sauer's offside. They blow the whistle. Face-off won by Chicago. Here's Sloper. Off the dasher, looking for Brownhausen. Dumped in, and icing called here on the... Looked like somebody went early there. They don't call it. Brownhausen will pick it up along the near wing. Look to carry it south quickly. Able to get past one man. Here comes Samuel Marine in onside. Samuel Marine holds, shoots, put it high. And out of play. And a stoppage. Trying to go off for a change as the Stars go for a change as well. Full line change. Coming in towards Menard. Young. To the near side to Brownhausen, excuse me. What an electric first USHL goal for Evan Malkasian. That was unbelievable, folks. Now right side, Sauer's got some real estate, leaving it back. Brownhausen shooting. He scores! 5-1 Lincoln. Sauer has found himself with a lot of real estate there. Brownhausen just walked in, picked the corner, go upside. throws some body there, too. How about that on Jonas Kemps? Marine. KJ Sauer picks up an assist on that goal, too. This is an unbelievable night for the Stars. Affiliate players just scoring goals. And that puck went off the head of a Steel player. Kept in. A chance now in front for Chicago. A shot. Big save made by Menard on Costa. Sent down the full sheet. 12 minutes to play in the Nelson for Williams. Forward for Drew Nelson. Nelson jockeying his way back up ice. Nearly sent to Brownshausen for his third of the night. Now Chicago back on the counter 4-on-2. Here's Kudrick leaving it back. A shot coming in. It's Fandon. In behind the crease now. Here's Gockler trying to feed it towards the slot. It comes back up to the point. A shot through traffic whistled high by Millet. Brownhausen takes a look behind him, tries to clear it, sends it right to the stick of Costa. Costa a turning shot. Block. Menard comes out of his crease. He'll hold and stop it. 8:40. Nelson evades a hit, goes and dumps it in further. He'll converge with Kemps. Far side of the ice, KJ Sauer with a big hit, puts a man on his backside. That kid is going to be a heck of a hockey player in a Lincoln jersey in the future as well. He's got an assist tonight. Back up to the point, Ibsen keeps it in. He'll cycle it to the left side for Eichler. Eichler holding and shooting. That one blocked, comes loose to the right side for Brownhausen. Brownhausen, Lincoln leads 6-1, 4:50 to play in the third. KJ Sauer in behind the net. Marine looking to feed. He'll go low once more to Sauer. Marine takes a tumble at the blue line. He'll have to play some defense back up the other way. As Kudrick lifts it in the air into neutral, and now to the Stars' defensive end, here's Ibsen. Emery Ibsen to Eichler. As Ibsen takes a tumble in his own offensive end, and now we've got a scrap at center ice. Here's Sauer going at it right at center. He's got Harris. Sauer raining rights down on Harris. We've got a good one tonight in Lincoln. Hey, batter, 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 batter. Sauer swinging with rights. It's opening day yesterday. It's the heart of fight season here at the Icebox. Sauer and Harris unleashing rights. Sauer without his helmet, throwing a couple of rights. They separate them. Ding, ding, ding. That's a winner for KJ Sauer.